My beloved child, before you rush ahead, before you let another thought pull you away, I need you to slow down and breathe, because this moment is not ordinary. You may think you simply arrived here by habit, by curiosity, or by accident. But I tell you the truth, I have been drawing your heart closer for longer than you realize. Long before this moment reached your eyes, I had already seen your weariness, your hidden questions, your private tears, and the ache you have tried so hard to carry with dignity. I know the way you smile when others are watching, and the way your heart grows quiet when you are finally alone. I know the pressure you feel to keep moving, even when your soul is tired. I know the battles you do not explain to anyone because you are afraid they will not understand the depth of what you carry. But I understand. I have always understood. I have never once turned away from your pain, not in the moments when you were strongest, and not in the moments when you felt like you were barely holding yourself together. You are here because I wanted your heart to hear my voice again, without the noise of fear speaking over it. You are here because I have not forgotten you. You are here because I know what has been pressing against your spirit. And I refuse to let darkness tell you the final truth about your life. Listen closely now. What you are feeling is not random. This stirring inside you is not your imagination. The softness beginning to rise in your heart. The quiet sense that something deeper is happening. The feeling that maybe I am nearer than you thought. That is real. That is my presence, touching places inside you that have gone without peace for too long. I am not speaking to you from a distance. I am speaking to you from the place where I have always been. Close to every breath you have taken, close to every fear you tried to outrun, close to every night when your thoughts were louder than the room around you. I was there then, and I am here now. You wanted to believe, but part of you was tired. You wanted to trust, but part of you felt wounded by all that did not turn out the way you hoped. You prayed for certain things and saw silence. You asked for relief and met delay. You hoped for change and watched the days pass. There were times when you felt as if heaven had gone quiet around you, and you did not know what to do with that silence. But, my child, my silence was never absence. My stillness was never abandonment. I was not ignoring your tears. I was not dismissing your prayers. I was not turning away from the pain you could not explain. I was working in ways too deep for your eyes to measure. I was keeping you when you thought you were keeping yourself. I was protecting you from things you did not yet understand. I was preserving the parts of you that would have shattered under what you asked for too soon. I was shaping your heart in the waiting, so that what is meant to bless you will not destroy your peace when it arrives. Do not believe the lie that your life has been forgotten. Do not agree with the whisper that says nothing is changing just because you cannot yet see the whole picture. Many of the most sacred things I do begin where human eyes cannot immediately detect them. Roots grow in hidden places before branches ever reach the light. Healing begins in silence before it becomes visible in the way you speak, think, rest, and hope. Transformation often starts as something gentle, something so quiet that only the heart paying attention can recognize it. That is what is happening now. Something inside you is waking up. Something in you that had grown tired from disappointment is hearing my voice again. Something in you that was slowly accepting heaviness as normal is beginning to remember that peace is possible. I am reminding you who I am, and I am reminding you who you are to me. You are not just another face moving through a crowded world. You are not just another tired soul trying to survive another day. You are mine. I formed you with intention. I have watched every chapter of your life with a love deeper than words can fully hold. I saw the child you once were, the hopes you carried so naturally, the tenderness you possessed before life taught you to guard your heart. I saw the moments that changed you, the disappointments that reshaped your thinking, the wounds that made you cautious, the losses that made you quieter inside. I saw the day you started carrying more than you could name. I saw the day you started telling yourself you had to be strong, even when all you wanted was rest. I saw the times you felt invisible. I saw the times you were surrounded by people and still felt profoundly alone. I saw the nights when your room was silent, but your mind would not stop racing. I saw the mornings when you got up only because you knew you had to, not because you felt ready. I saw the courage it took just to keep going, and through all of it, I never once stopped calling you beloved. My child, you have spent too much time believing that your value depends on how much you accomplish, how well you hold yourself together, how deeply others approve of you, or how little you struggle. That is not the truth. The world has taught you to measure yourself by performance, by appearance, by results, by how useful you seem to be. But I do not speak to you that way. I do not look at you and see only your unfinished part. I do not look at you and see only where you failed, where you doubted, where you became afraid, or where you lost your way. I see the whole story. I see your tenderness. I see the strength that kept you alive through things that should have broken you. I see the love you still carry even after disappointment. I see the longing in you for something real, something pure, something lasting. I see a part of you that still wants light, even after spending so much time fighting shadows. That longing in you is not weakness, it is the echo of my voice calling you back to the place where your soul can finally rest. You have looked for peace in so many places. You tried to find it in people, in plans, in accomplishments, in distractions, in keeping busy, in trying not to feel too deeply, in telling yourself tomorrow would be easier if you could just make it through today. But none of those things could fully hold what your spirit has been craving, because what you need most is not another temporary relief. What you need most is my presence. What you need most is the kind of peace that does not collapse when life becomes uncertain. What you need most is the kind of love that does not grow cold when you are weak. What you need most is the kind of joy that is not built on perfect circumstances. That is why I brought you here. I am not offering you a shallow comfort that lasts for a moment and then fades. I am offering you myself. I am offering you the truth that can steady your mind, soften your heart, and quiet the fear that has been trying to rule your inner world. I know how tired your thoughts have become. I know how many times you replay old conversations, old failures, old hopes that did not become what you expected. I know how often you prepare yourself for disappointment before anything even happens. I know how you have learned to expect pain so that it will not catch you off guard. I know how your heart braces itself before joy can fully enter because part of you still believes good things never stay. I know the mental battles you fight in private. I know the way anxiety can fill a room before anything has even gone wrong. I know how exhausting it is to carry a mind that will not easily rest. But hear me now, you do not have to stay trapped in that storm forever. I am not ashamed of your struggle, and I am not intimidated by the weight of what you carry. I am able to quiet what has become loud in you. I am able to untangle what has become knotted in you. I am able to breathe peace into places where you have only known pressure. I need you to understand this deeply. You are not beyond healing. You are not too far gone. You are not too complicated for me. You are not too damaged for my love. You are not too inconsistent for my mercy. You are not too weary for my strength. There is no corner of your life where my light cannot reach. There is no memory so painful that I cannot touch it with tenderness. There is no chain so old that I cannot break its authority over you. There is no season so delayed that I cannot still bring beauty out of it. Stop agreeing with the voices that tell you your best days belong only to the past. Stop believing that, because you have been tired for a long time, you must live the rest of your life carrying that same heaviness. Stop assuming that because certain prayers have not yet been answered, nothing is moving. I am moving. I have been moving all along. I was moving when you were crying. I was moving when you were waiting. I was moving when you felt numb. I was moving when you thought all progress had stopped. I do some of my most beautiful work in the seasons people are tempted to call empty. There were doors you begged me to open that I kept closed for your sake. There were things you wanted that would have wounded you more deeply than you knew. There were people you tried to hold onto who could not go where I was taking you. There were paths you thought would make you happy that would have slowly drained the life from your spirit. When those things fell apart, you called it loss, you called it confusion, you called it heartbreak, and yes, some of it truly hurt. I do not deny your grief, but I want you to know that some of what you mourned was my protection. Some of what did not work was my mercy. Some of what ended was never meant to define your future. You will understand more later, but for now I ask you to trust that I do not remove things carelessly. I do not let certain dreams die because I enjoy your pain. I do it because I see what your eyes cannot yet see. I know the difference between what you desire in a moment and what will actually preserve your peace, your calling, and your heart in the years ahead. My child, I have seen the loneliness you do not know how to explain. I have seen the way it follows you into quiet evenings and noisy rooms. I have seen how sometimes you longed for someone to notice the strain in your voice, the heaviness in your eyes, the weariness behind your smile. Sometimes no one noticed. Sometimes the people around you were carrying their own pain and did not know how to make space for yours. Sometimes you gave so much of yourself that there was little left for you by the time the day ended. I know the ache of feeling unseen. I know the ache of wanting comfort but not wanting to burden anyone. I know the ache of keeping your heart guarded because explaining your pain felt too tiring. But you were never invisible to me, not once. Every time you felt overlooked, I looked closer. Every time you swallowed your words, I heard what your silence was saying. Every time you felt abandoned by human weakness, I stayed. I want you to stop building your worth on whether others fully understand you. Human love is beautiful, but it is limited. My love is not. Let me become the place where your heart finds its deepest home. You have often mistaken survival for peace, because you have been carrying so much for so long. You have learned how to function while tired, how to speak while hurting, how to show up while empty, how to keep promises while privately wondering when it will all get easier. But survival is not the fullness I created you for. I do not only want you to keep going, I want you to live with a heart that can breathe again. I want you to wake up without fear, leading the first thought of your day. I want you to feel my steadiness beneath your life in such a real way that even when trouble comes, it does not own your inner world. I want you to laugh again without guilt. I want you to dream again without being ashamed of hope. I want you to rest again without feeling like rest is weakness. I want you to stop calling exhaustion normal when I have peace prepared for you. That peace is not found in controlling everything. It is found in surrender. It is found in trusting me more than the anxious voice in your head. It is found in letting me carry what you were never meant to manage alone. I know how often you have tried to save everyone around you. I know how deeply you care. I know how hard it is for you to watch people suffer, struggle, choose badly, or drift away. I know you have carried burdens that were never assigned to your soul. You tried to keep peace, fix tension, solve pain, hold people together. Make sure no one felt abandoned and do it all without falling apart yourself. But my beloved child, you are not required to hold everything. You are not the answer to every crisis. You are not responsible for healing what only I can heal. Compassion is holy, but overcarrying is not the same as love. You have exhausted yourself trying to do more than your heart was designed to do. That is why I am teaching you now to return burdens to me. Give me the ones you picked up from fear. Give me the ones you picked up from guilt. Give me the ones you picked up because you thought love meant carrying everyone else until there was nothing left of you. I do not want your kindness to become self-erasure. I want your love to be rooted in wisdom, not driven by desperation. There is a gentleness I am restoring in you, but do not mistake that gentleness for fragility. I am not making you weaker. I am making you whole. I am healing the hardness that pain built around your heart. I am softening the places where disappointment taught you to expect the worst. I am pulling out the roots of bitterness that tried to grow in hidden places. I am teaching you how to stay tender without becoming unguarded in unhealthy ways. I am teaching you how to love without losing yourself. I am teaching you how to forgive without pretending the wound never mattered. I am teaching you how to set boundaries without feeling cruel. I am teaching you how to trust wisely instead of blindly. This is not a small work. This is sacred work. This is the kind of inner transformation that changes not only how you feel, but how you live, how you choose, how you respond, and how you love. My child, I know there are memories that still sting when they return unexpectedly. You can be moving through an ordinary moment and suddenly feel the ache of something old all over again. A word, a place, a date, a song, a look on someone's face, and the past rises before you. You have wondered why certain things still affect you. You have wondered if true healing is possible when some pain still knows how to find you. But healing does not mean you never remember. Healing means the memory no longer governs your identity. Healing means the wound no longer rules the room every time it speaks. Healing means what once defined you becomes part of a story I redeemed. I am not asking you to pretend your pain never happened. I am asking you to let me enter it so fully that it no longer controls your future. I can sit with the parts of your history you still avoid. I can touch the shame without increasing it. I can meet the grief without making it heavier. I can bring truth where confusion used to dominate. I can speak so deeply into your heart that what once felt like a prison becomes evidence that I carried you through. You have also carried regret. You have looked back at your own choices and wished you had known better, spoken differently, left sooner, trusted less, trusted more, stayed quiet, spoken up, prayed harder, listened more closely, recognized what was in front of you. Regret has a way of making the past look painfully clear. But I do not want you chained to endless self-judgment. Learn, yes. Grow, yes. Become wiser, yes. But do not keep reopening the same wound as if punishing yourself will produce peace. Shame cannot transform you. Shame cannot rewrite history. Shame cannot make you holy. My mercy is what restores. My truth is what corrects. My love is what teaches you to walk differently. You do not have to relive every mistake to prove you are sorry. Bring it to me. Let me cleanse it. Let me teach you. Let me free you from carrying yesterday like a sentence over the rest of your life. I am not writing your future with ink made from old regret. I am writing it with grace, with wisdom, and with the redemption only I can weave. There are dreams in you that have gone quiet, not because they died, but because disappointment taught them to whisper. There are parts of your calling that have felt distant because survival has consumed so much of your energy. There are gifts in you that you have almost stopped noticing because pain made you focus only on getting through the day. But I have not forgotten what I planted in you. I have not forgotten the things that make your spirit come alive. The ways you carry beauty, the way you notice what others miss, the compassion I placed in you, the courage hidden beneath your fear. The wisdom growing through your wounds, the creativity that still waits beneath exhaustion, the tenderness I designed to become strength in my hands. You may feel far from some of those parts of yourself right now, but I am not confused about where they are. I know how to call them forward again. I know how to restore desire without overwhelming you. I know how to bring you back to yourself in me. You do not have to recover your whole life in one day. You only need to keep turning toward my voice and letting me lead you one faithful step at a time. I know hope has felt risky to you. There were times when you hoped deeply and the outcome wounded you. There were times when you trusted with openness and walked away hurting. There were times when you imagined beauty and found delay instead. Little by little, you began protecting yourself by expecting less, dreaming less, opening less. You told yourself it was safer that way, and in some ways it may have felt safer. But it also made your heart smaller than I intended it to be. I did not make you to live barricaded against joy. I did not make you to survive by emotional numbness. I made you for living trust, living peace, living hope rooted in me. That kind of hope is not blind optimism. It is not pretending life cannot hurt you. It is the steady confidence that I remain good, that I remain present, and that I am still able to bring beauty from places that once looked ruined. I am rebuilding that hope in you, not the fragile kind that depends on every outcome going your way, but the deep kind that rests in my character even when the road ahead is still unfolding. My beloved child, listen to me very carefully. You do not have to become someone else before you are worthy of love, peace, or purpose. So much of your exhaustion has come from trying to outrun your own humanity. You have tried to fix yourself through self-criticism, shame, comparison, and pressure. You have spoken to yourself in ways you would never speak to someone you love. You thought harshness might make you stronger. You thought relentless pressure might make you better. But it only made your inner world more tired. I want to teach you a different way. I want to teach you how truth and mercy can live together. I want to teach you how to be honest about where you struggle without turning your heart into a courtroom. I want to teach you how to be corrected without feeling condemned. I want to teach you how to grow without hating the fact that growth takes time. This is part of the freedom I have for you. You do not need another accusing voice in your life. You need my voice. You need the voice that tells the truth and heals at the same time. You need the voice that does not flatter you falsely, but never humiliates you. You need the voice that reminds you that I see every unfinished part and still call you beloved. The joy I am placing in you is not shallow happiness. It is not denial. It is not pretending everything is fine while your heart is still breaking. My joy is deeper than that. My joy can live in the same life where there are still unanswered questions. My joy can remain while the future is still unclear. My joy can breathe even when your circumstances are not yet easy. Because my joy is not built on perfect surroundings. It is built on my presence. It is built on the truth that you are not alone, not forgotten, not abandoned, and not powerless before the darkness that tried to define you. When my joy begins to take root in your heart, it changes the way you carry your days. It does not mean you never feel sorrow. It means sorrow no longer tells the whole story. It does not mean you never face trouble. It means trouble no longer owns your peace. It does not mean the road becomes simple. It means your spirit becomes anchored. That is what I am doing in you now. I am anchoring you. You will begin to notice changes, small at first, but real. You will recover more quickly than before. You will notice that the thoughts which once carried you into panic do not hold the same power. You will realize that your breathing settles more easily when you remember I am with you. You will see yourself making choices from peace instead of fear. You will feel less drawn to the chaos that once seemed normal. You will sense when your soul needs stillness instead of more noise. You will begin to recognize my voice more clearly in the quiet. You will notice that old lies do not sound as convincing as they once did. This is how transformation often appears, not always in one dramatic moment, but in the steady reshaping of the inner life. What once ruled you loses strength. What once frightened you loses authority. What once felt impossible begins to feel natural in my presence. Do not despise these small shifts. They are evidence that I am moving deeply within you. I know you are tired of carrying unresolved things. I know there are situations you want settled, prayers you want answered, relationships you want clarified, burdens you want lifted, doors you want opened. You have told yourself that peace will come only when those things finally change. But I am teaching you something deeper than that. I am teaching you how to have peace before resolution. I am teaching you how to rest while things are still unfolding. I am teaching you how to trust me in the middle, not just at the end. This is not easy, but it is sacred. If your peace depends only on closure, then every unfinished thing will have the power to shake you. But if your peace depends on me, then even while the story is still being written, your soul can remain steady. That is the freedom I want for you. I do not need to explain every detail of tomorrow for you to be safe today. I do not need to hand you the full map for you to trust the one guiding your step. I am already in your tomorrow. I know what you cannot yet see. Let that truth become stronger than the fear of the unknown. There are relationships I am healing inside you, and some of that healing must happen within your heart before anything around you changes. I know the names that still create tension inside you. I know the wounds that came from misunderstanding, betrayal, abandonment, rejection, inconsistency, and disappointment. I know there are people you expected to stay who left. I know there are people who should have protected you better than they did. I know there are words spoken over you that sank deep and shaped how you see yourself even now. I know there are absences that hurt more because of what they represented. I know all of it, and I want your heart free. I do not want old pain deciding how much love you are able to receive now. I do not want past betrayal turning every future connection into a threat. I do not want bitterness hardening the very places where tenderness must live. That is why I am teaching you forgiveness, not the kind that denies what happened, but the kind that releases your soul from being chained to the wound. Forgiveness is not forgetting the truth. It is refusing to let pain remain your master, my child. I care about the ordinary details of your life, too. I see your tired body. I see the obligations on your calendar. I see the responsibilities that do not wait for your healing to be finished. I see the bills, the messages, the deadlines, the chores, the conversations you are avoiding, the decisions you are trying to make, the things you need but have not yet received. I see the practical concerns that press on your mind when you wake up and follow you into the night. My peace is not disconnected from those things. My presence is not only for moments of worship or silence. I am with you in the kitchen, in the workplace, in the car, at the desk, in the store, in the family room, in the waiting area, in the messy places, in the ordinary tasks. There is no part of your day where I stop caring. Invite me into it all. Stop separating your life into sacred moments and practical burdens as if I only belong in one of them. I belong in the whole of it. I want to walk with you through the full texture of your days so that your soul no longer feels alone in the middle of normal life. You have compared yourself too much. You have looked at others and wondered why their peace seems easier. Their life seems clearer. Their faith seems steadier. Their future seems further along. Comparison has stolen tenderness from your journey. It has made you impatient with your own timing. It has made you overlook the quiet work I am doing in you because you are staring at visible things in someone else. But I am not writing your life as a copy of another person's story. I am forming something unique in you, your path, your pace, your healing, your callings, your lessons, your growth. All of it is held in the wisdom of my love for you. Stop measuring your worth by someone else's progress. Stop deciding you are behind because your road looks different. Stop assuming that visible fruit tells the full story. Many people look stable on the outside while carrying hidden storms. Many people seem far ahead while still learning lessons you are already beginning to understand. Keep your eyes on me. Stay faithful in your step. What I build in you will not need to look identical to what I build in another to be beautiful. I also want to speak to the part of you that feels guilty when moments of peace finally arrive. Somewhere in your pain, you began to believe that relaxing your heart was dangerous. You feared that if you enjoyed something, it would be taken away. You feared that if you let yourself rest, something would go wrong. You feared that if you smiled too freely, sorrow would return harder. That fear has made it difficult for you to receive joy without bracing against loss. But my child, joy is not betrayal, peace is not irresponsibility. Rest is not weakness. You are allowed to receive the good I place in your life. You are allowed to enjoy simple mercies. You are allowed to breathe deeply when the day is kind. You are allowed to laugh without immediately preparing for grief. The enemy would like to keep you so alert for pain that you cannot recognize my goodness when it appears. But I am present in the gentle moments too. I am present in the quiet meal, the safe conversation, the unexpected smile, the calm morning. The night when sleep finally comes, the small answer to prayer, the beauty of light across an ordinary room. Learn to receive these things as evidence that my care has not left you. You are not failing because healing takes time. You are not weak because you still have tender places. You are not disappointing me because some days are harder than others. I am not standing over you with impatience. I am walking with you in compassion. I know how long certain fears have lived in your body. I know how many disappointments trained your heart to stay guarded. I know that some patterns were formed when you were simply trying to survive. Be patient with the process, because I am patient with you. Every time you return to me instead of running further into numbness, that matters. Every time you speak honestly instead of pretending, that matters. Every time you choose softness over bitterness, that matters. Every time you resist the lie that you are alone, that matters. Every time you stop and remember that I am near, that matters. These are not small things. These are holy moments of agreement with truth. These are the moments where freedom grows roots, my child. I am restoring the way you see yourself. Pain has distorted your reflection. Fear has magnified your flaws and hidden your beauty. Shame has convinced you that your struggles tell the deepest truth about who you are. But I see you differently. I see the resilience that has carried you through nights no one knows about. I see the kindness you kept offering even while wounded. I see the courage in how many times you began again. I see the way you still reach for light when darkness has been familiar. I see the wisdom growing through your questions. I see the compassion form through your tears. I see the strength hidden in your tenderness. I see the beauty of a heart that has suffered and still wants truth. Start letting my vision become louder than your self-criticism. This is not pride, this is agreement with what is true. You do not honor me by hating what I made. You honor me by letting my love restore the truth of your identity. I know there are moments when your faith feels small. But even small faith placed in my hands can hold more power than fear wants you to believe. Do not wait until you feel strong to come near me. Come near while trembling. Come near while uncertain. Come near while tired. Come near with questions. Come near with tears. Come near with the broken prayer that barely forms words. I do not reject the weak approach. I welcome it. Some of the most beautiful acts of trust are not dramatic. They are quiet. They are the whispered help me in the middle of a hard day. They are the decision to breathe and remember my nearness instead of surrendering to panic. They are the choice to keep turning toward me even when your emotions lag behind. That is faith too. Do not underestimate it. The enemy wants you to believe that unless your faith feels impressive, it does not count. But I tell you that the small turning of a weary heart toward me moves heaven more than you know. There will be a day when you look back on this season and realize I was doing far more than you understood. You will see that the waiting was not empty. You will see that the delays were not punishment. You will see that I was stripping away what could not carry your future. You will see that I was strengthening your roots. You will see that I was teaching you to hear me beneath noise, to trust me beneath uncertainty, to rest in me beneath pressure. You will see that certain losses redirected you toward life. You will see that some endings made room for a deeper beginning. You will see that I was preserving your heart even when you could not feel my hands. One day, the pieces that seem scattered now will make more sense. But even before that day arrives, I want you to trust my goodness. Do not wait for perfect understanding before you let peace enter. Let peace enter now. Let hope enter now. Let my voice be enough for this moment. My beloved child, I am not finished with your story. The chapter you are in is not the final word. The heaviness is not the whole truth. The confusion is not your identity. The fear is not your master. The delay is not the end. The sorrow is not your name. I am still writing. I am still restoring. I am still bringing life to things that look dry. I am still calling beauty out of places that once held only grief. I am still teaching your heart how to live without chains. I am still preparing blessings you are not yet ready to see in full. I am still working on your behalf while you sleep, while you question, while you wait, while you heal, while you simply breathe and try again. Do not decide the ending while I am still speaking. Do not let despair tell you what only I have the right to declare. I am the one who holds your life, and I say there is more ahead for you than pain. There is more peace ahead for you than panic. There is more clarity ahead for you than confusion. There is more tenderness ahead for you than numbness. There is more healing ahead for you than shame. There is more wisdom ahead for you than regret. There is more joy ahead for you than the world has ever been able to offer. Not because life will become perfect, but because I will become even more real to you in the middle of it. And when I become your center, everything changes. The storms may still come, but they will not own the atmosphere of your soul. The waiting may still stretch, but it will not erase hope. The questions may still exist, but they will not silence peace. This is what it means to be held by me. This is what it means to walk with me. This is what it means for joy to be born not from circumstances, but from presence. So stay with me a little longer. Do not run back to the noise too quickly. Let these words settle into the places that need them most. Let your heart soften. Let your breathing slow. Let your shoulders release what they were never designed to carry forever. Let your mind rest from rehearsing every worst case. Let your spirit remember that you are not alone in this life. I am with you in the quiet. I am with you in the questions. I am with you in the healing. I am with you in the ordinary. I am with you in the tears you have not cried yet, and the ones you thought no one saw. I am with you in the rebuilding. I am with you in the waiting. I am with you in the days when joy feels near, and in the days when peace must be chosen by faith. God, I am not leaving. I am not changing my mind about you. I am not growing tired of your process. I am not standing at a distance, hoping you figure it out alone. I am here, and because I am here, you can breathe again. Because I am here, you can release what fear told you to clutch. Because I am here, you can stop rehearsing disaster as if it were wisdom. Because I am here, you can begin to trust that healing is not a fantasy. Because I am here, you can believe that your heart can become light again. Because I am here, you can receive joy without apologizing for it. Because I am here, you can let go of the lie that you must earn your worth. Because I am here, you can rest in the truth that you are loved now. Not later, not after perfection, not after all the questions are answered. But now, you are loved in your process. You are loved in your uncertainty. You are loved in your returning. You are loved in your becoming. You are loved in this very moment by a love that has never once wavered. Take this truth with you now. Carry it into your day. Carry it into your night. Carry it into the places where fear has spoken loudly. Carry it into the rooms where you have felt small. Carry it into the conversations that make you nervous. Carry it into the waiting that still feels unfinished. Carry it into the memories that still need healing. Carry it into the dreams that are learning to breathe again. Carry it into your body. When it feels tense, carry it into your mind when it wants to race. Carry it into your heart when it wants to shut down. Let my truth become more familiar than the voice of worry. Let my peace become more normal than constant pressure. Let my love become the lens through which you see yourself. This is not the end of your healing. This is the beginning of deeper surrender. This is the beginning of steadier peace. This is the beginning of joy that does not depend on perfect conditions. This is the beginning of remembering that you are mine, and that being mine changes everything. One day, you will realize that this was a turning point. Not because everything outside of you changed in a single moment, but because something inside of you finally opened. Something finally unclenched. Something finally stopped believing the darkness had the final word. Something finally let my love speak louder than fear. That is how renewal begins, quietly, deeply, truly. And from that place, everything else starts to shift. Your thoughts begin to align with truth. Your heart begins to rest more easily. Your choices begin to reflect peace. Your boundaries begin to reflect wisdom. Your relationships begin to reflect healing. Your days begin to carry a steadiness you could not manufacture on your own. Your joy begins to rise from a deeper source. This is what I want for you, not borrowed peace, not temporary relief, not shallow happiness, but true restoration, true anchoring, true renewal in me. So hear me clearly one more time, my beloved child. You have not been forgotten. You have not been abandoned. You are not behind beyond redemption. You are not too broken to be healed. You are not too weary to be strengthened. You are not too late for beauty to rise again. I see you. I know you. I love you. I am healing you. I am guiding you. I am restoring you. I am calling your hope back to life. I am placing peace where panic once ruled. I am planting joy where sorrow sat too long. I am teaching your heart to trust again. I am reminding your soul what it means to live held by heaven. Stay near me. Return often. Rest deeply. Trust slowly if you must, but keep trusting. I will not fail you. I will not waste your pain. I will not abandon the work I have begun in you. The light is returning. The weight is lifting. The lies are losing strength. The future is opening. And you, my beloved child, are being led into a life more peaceful, more whole, more joy-filled than you have dared to believe in a very long time.